you're looking for an apartment here in Winter Garden, this video is for you. I've looked at a lot of apartments all over Orlando, and this is probably one of the most luxurious, coolest, probably one of my favorite apartments that I have ever looked at. If you want to see some 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom apartments, keep on watching. To start off, we have this road that is just off of 429, and I kind of like it because it makes it feel a bit secluded. But here is the clubhouse. This apartment complex is very farmhouse vibes. They have a barn, which we're going to see in a little bit. Here's the inside of the clubhouse. There's lots of space where you can study. There's books. You can play pool. It looks really cozy, like the little window seats and everything. And they have a free coffee machine, so you can get a free drink. Here is what the gym looks like. I'm no expert in gym equipment, but there you go. It looks very nice, very modern and updated. Here's the pool. It was a bit of a gloomy day today, but the pool looks really nice. I love those little seats inside the pool, so you can like kind of get wet, but you're not fully committed, you know. And here are a few little offices. I think you can just rent those out. It's like first come, first served. I mean, by rent, I don't think you have to pay anything, but it looks like they have some art and crafts on the table. Is that like some crayons, if I'm saying that right? I don't know, but I love the barn house vibe, and the mailboxes to the left. That's the package room. They have a printer, and I believe to get your packages, you can scan your face or something so that it knows that it's you and it's linked to your phone, something like that. But here is the barn, and there's a barbecue, and this place honestly looks amazing. It looks like a bar or a restaurant. I even thought that it could be a wedding venue, and she said that they're kind of looking into that. But this place is so cool. I mean, it would be cool if it was a wedding venue and then you could like rent out some of the apartments. And oh, they also have a little station for you to wash your dog. But again, everything is first come, first served. They have more fun games out here. There's just so much space, and when the weather is cooling down, I can imagine that this would be the spot. Or even in the summer too, when well, it's always summer here, but when you've got a barbecue and stuff like that. Here is what some of the apartments look like on the outside, and each apartment has a little indoor area like this that's all themed differently to each building. And they also all have an outdoor area as well. So this one has a little courtyard. I think another one had like barbecues, but they all have that. And all of the hallways are indoors as well. Here is the 1-bedroom apartment. I thought the living room was kind of small, but I love the kitchen. I love a big island. I love when the sink is not on the island because it just makes it feel so much bigger. I like the cabinets, I like the wood floors, the appliances are new. You could paint the walls if you want to. This is the patio, and some of them even have fenced in gardens like that. So if you have a dog, you can let them run around. It kind of feels more like a house in that way. Now we're gonna walk through to the bathroom. I think the door situation here is kind of weird, but the bathroom is massive. I like the standing shower. I think that the decor is not my favorite, but we will look past that. The mirrors are cool that light up. And then we turn over into the bedroom, and I didn't like that it's not a perfect square, but that's just my preference. It's still like a decent size, and the closet is really big as well. Here's the washer and dryer, so this will be right outside of the bathroom. And again, a pretty big bathroom. The mirrors are cool that light up. There's more storage to the left here, which I really like. And then we're gonna head over to apartment number 2. So this has a bit of a bigger kitchen. Here's the living room. It's maybe a little bigger. I don't know if it looks bigger just because the windows might be bigger or because of the wall color. I don't know. I'm gonna look up the dimensions. But here's the first bedroom. This one does have 2 windows actually. The other bedroom we just saw only had 1, so it might look a bit more open like that, but they still have lots of storage. There's a bathtub inside the shower, which we actually have this right now in our apartment, and I'm obsessed with it. So much space on the counters, those mirrors again, another big closet. I think this is the master bedroom. I don't remember. I honestly think they're both the same size. Oh yeah, this is the master because it has 2 sinks. But I mean, does it really matter anyway? Oh, that's me. Hi! Then we're gonna walk through the living room. Again, a little bit small, but I like the barn door over here that goes into the laundry area. And here's the second bedroom. This bedroom is bigger, but it's considered like the secondary bedroom, so still a lot of counter space, big closet. I just love all the storage because it's hard to find storage sometimes. But then you just walk through into the laundry room, and that's that. First impressions of the apartment is it's very nice. I love the wood floor, the appliances. It's pretty open. I think the 1-bedroom living room is a little bit small, but the bedroom is quite big and the bathroom is really big. They are building some townhomes behind, not this same business, but somebody is building townhomes right behind, so this area is just going to get more and more popular, which is not really a bad thing. They're just building Hamlin up a little bit, but my first impression is that I really liked it. The barn was really cool. I think all the amenities make this place really, really cool. But I would give that place like a 9 out of 10. Could probably be a 10 out of 10. I just think some of the floor plans looked a little bit small. I really liked that some of the back gardens were fenced in because it kind of feels more like a home. Those are my thoughts for now. It's raining, but we've got to head over to the next place, so let's go. Sorry, it is so bright. I had to leave the second apartment complex because I was waiting for about 15 minutes and there wasn't anybody there. So I'm sure like there's a tour that was just running long, which is alright, but I just couldn't wait any longer because I had to go to Publix and get home. But if that's okay, we'll do that a different day, but just letting you know, sometimes they run late. So now I wanted to share with you some of the prices. So of course the prices do change, and I guess I should also mention that I'm not like an agent or anything. I just do this because it's what I enjoy. But the prices do change. These are from October. A lot of places are doing deals right now, and I feel like they probably will in the new year. I got some emails from them that was saying they did some deals for Halloween and stuff like that, so I can kind of go over that as well because they tend to pop up a lot. If you haven't seen my apartment tour videos before, you should check them out. But this is where I go over all of the prices, so not just the rent, but like application fee and pet rent and all of that stuff that you can't really find online. So that is a benefit of me basically doing the tour for you. So you've seen the apartments, now I'm gonna give you the prices as of, this was as of October 28th. So I know this is going up a little bit late, but that is when I did the tour. So, I mean, I imagine it will be kind of similar, but it just gives you an idea. And this place was one of the more luxurious places I've toured, like I mentioned. The prices are definitely a bit higher, but sometimes it's comparable to the area. I also want to do a tour of where I'm living now because we are going to be moving in a few weeks. so then I can finally just make a video about where we're living, because this has been our favorite place that we've lived here so far. That we've lived at so far. So we used to live in Evander Square in Celebration, and that's why I never did a video on that. I know that I would get comments ages ago asking me to do a video or asking me about Evander Square, but that's where we used to live. Anyway, let's talk about the numbers, and then we can catch up in a different video. I might only have the numbers for a 2-bedroom, but I will look on the website and see what it says now is going for a 1-bedroom. They also have so many different 2-bedroom units and 1-bedroom units. They have a lot of options, so we only looked at one 1-bedroom and one 2-bedroom, because I think those were the models that they had. These 2-bedrooms range from $2,300 to $2,500. That just depends on what type of model that you pick. Let's look at the cheapest one, because that's what I'm here for. The cheapest one is called the Harvest, and that's $2,359 per month. So they have a few different fees. One of them is a package concierge fee, which is $15. And I think this is just where they can store your packages in like a mail room. But they also told me that sometimes they will deliver it to your door as well. So I don't really know. I don't know. But I guess it will keep your packages safe, so you don't have to worry about people stealing them. But knock on wood, living in this area, I haven't had any packages stolen, but I know that it happens. Then there is a technology fee, which is cable and internet, for $85 a month. And then your trash is $25 a month. So I believe that's just the valet trash, where you put your bin outside and they'll come to get it. Usually every day, sometimes there's like one off day, but I really like that. They have that in almost all of the apartments that I tour, where you put your bins outside and they come and collect it. That brings our monthly total to $2,484. Some other fees to take into account is the deposit, which is $500. The admin fee is $250, so that will be per household when you apply. For example, if my husband and I applied to the apartment, we would pay one fee of $250, and then we would pay an applicant fee of $75 each. Then a dog or a cat fee was $400 per pet. I don't remember how many pets you can have. Usually it's 2. And then on top of that, you have to pay $25 a month per pet. Now I'm just going to look at what they sent me for when it was Halloween time and see if the prices were a little bit lower. They actually have more options for their utility packages. So it looks like for valet, trash, pest control, and internet, it is $125, which I think is more than I just mentioned before, actually. And then they go up. So the next package on top of that will be a reserved parking spot for $160. And then on top of that, you can have your own private garage for $300 a month. So there's quite a few options there. Hello. They also have storage units and extra garages that you can add on as well. And the 1-bedrooms start at $1,600. And those 2-bedrooms, again, are at like the $2,300 range. And a 3-bedroom is a whopping $3,500. That's what it starts at, which seems like a massive jump, because right now we are in a 3-bedroom and it is not that much, which again, I'll share in a different video. But that is a lot of money. Although, could I just share it now? Sure, why not? Our 3-bedroom right now is going to be renewed, which we're not renewing, but if we were to renew, would be just over $2,600, which is a lot of money. But compared to the $3,500 over here for the 3-bedroom, the email I got during Halloween said if you lease by October 31st, you get an extra $500 off. Let's go onto their website and see if they have any deals right now. So today is November 21st, maybe? November 24th. Well, at the top of their website, it says enjoy up to 8 weeks free. So we did get that actually when we leased at this apartment. We got 1 month for free, and we just prorated it throughout the 12 months. So basically that was about $140 off. Is that right? Anyway, but we got some money off. They also had one building that had elevators. So if you have 3 floors in an apartment, you don't have to build an elevator, but if you have 4 or more, then you need to build an elevator. So that's why a lot of the apartments here don't have elevators, because that is the rule as far as I remember it being. I know, of course, it's not the same everywhere, but I believe in Florida that that's a rule. that is all I have for you today. I am excited to make some more videos. We just bought a house. I am really excited. I'm struggling to pick out paint colors right now, but anyway, if you want to see more of that, make sure that you subscribe and we will see you soon. Bye! Thanks for watching!